country lanes and coastal plains, endless views that we're passing through, making our way to a distant place, just us two, somewhere new. Watch the sky fade into the night. With you in my arms, nothing can go wrong. We'll fall asleep on a starlit beach, just us two, somewhere new, somewhere new. Just us two. I'll follow you to somewhere new, somewhere new.